In sales, the ability to get your prospects' attention is key. Having a great sales pitch or product is worthless if you can't capture your audience's attention. The most important thing in sales is attention. That's why I'm wearing this turtleneck. If you can't get your prospects' attention, it doesn't matter how great your pitch is. They're not going to hear it. And if they're not going to hear your pitch, you're not going to close the deal. The good news is there are a few things you can do to get your prospects' attention. And in this video, we'll dive into 3 of the most effective ways to do it. Hey everyone, my name is Vinny Heck to help salespeople, leaders, and business owners build out rock-solid sales processes, grow their pipeline, shorten the sales cycle, and win deals more often. We get this done via one-on-one personalized sales coaching. Now let's jump into things. It boggles my mind that salespeople still don't understand that the most important thing in sales is attention. Think about it. There are so many things competing for our attention these days, so it's more important than ever to learn how to get and keep your prospects' attention. Before diving into some of the best ways to get your prospects' attention, let me first dispel a few of the sales myths that might be holding you back. Sales myth number 1. The sales process is all about you or your product. If your sales process is all about you and your product, I can guarantee you one thing. You're not going to close many deals. Why? Because prospects don't care about you or your product. They only care about themselves and their own problems. The key to getting and keeping your prospects' attention is to make the sales process all about them. Ask them questions about their pain points and their goals. Make it all about them and you'll be well on your way to close more deals. Sales myth number 2. The sales process is a numbers game. I hear salespeople say all the time, it's a numbers game. The more people I talk to, the more deals I'll close. But that's not necessarily true. In fact, trying to talk to as many people as possible is oftentimes a recipe for disaster. So you need to trash your spray and pray prospecting methods. If you're just calling people randomly, you're going to end up wasting a lot of time. Instead, focus your attention on quality over quantity. Talk to prospects who fit your ideal customer profile because they're the ones that are actually going to be interested in what you're saying and going to be more likely to buy. Sales myth number 3. The sales process is all about the close. Sales process is not all about the close. In fact, if you're only focused on closing the deal, you're going to have a hard time getting and keeping your prospect's attention because your breath is going to stink like desperation. The sales process is all about building a relationship with your prospect. If your prospect doesn't have a problem you can solve or isn't interested in your solution, it's not worth trying to close them. End the conversation, exit stage right, never be afraid to walk away from the deal if it's not a good fit. By dispelling these sales myths, you're setting yourself up for success. Now let's dive into some of the best ways to capture your prospect's attention. Tip number 1, be concise. In today's age of short attention spans, it's more important than ever to be concise when talking to your prospects. This is especially true when you're making cold calls. That means you need to get to the point quickly and avoid sales jargon, buzzwords, or technical terms that your prospect isn't going to understand. When you're beating around the bush or using sales speak, you're not only going to lose your prospect's attention, but you're also going to lose their trust. So keep things just like the sales tip. Keep it short, sweet, and to the point, and you'll be more likely to capture and keep your prospect's attention. Tip number 2, make an emotional connection. When you make an emotional connection with your prospect, you're more likely to get their attention and keep it. And one of the best ways to make an emotional connection is to tell a story. Stories have the ability to transport us into another place and time. They can make us laugh, cry, and everything in between. But most importantly, it's a really good tactic for keeping your prospect's attention. When you tell a story, you're giving them a chance to see your product or service in action and how it can help solve their problem. That's what prospects are really interested in, not the features. The best stories are those that are relatable, so try to find a story that your prospect can see themselves in. Once you found a good story, focus on delivering it in a way that's engaging and memorable. Guess who suck at telling stories? Robots. Be freaking dynamic and enthusiastic. Yo! Tip number 3, be genuinely interested. Prospects can tell when you're not being genuine. It's a huge turnoff. So instead of faking it till you make it, focus on being genuinely interested in your prospect and the problem. You can do this by preparing for sales calls in advance. Research your prospect's company and their specific pain points. The more you know about them, the easier it will be to have a genuine conversation with them that's tailored to their needs. And when you're on the call, make sure to ask questions and actually listen to their answers. Get out of your own head and stop thinking about, well, what am I going to ask next? Stay present, listen to what they're saying, make sense of it, and ask an appropriate follow-up question. It should all flow naturally if you're truly engaged in the call. By doing this, it will show your prospect that you care about them and are interested in finding a solution to their problem. So to recap, if you want to capture your prospect's attention and keep it, you need to be concise, make an emotional connection, and be genuinely interested. By following these tips, you'll be well on your ways to success in sales. In my last video, I announced that I launched a community for people who are serious about taking their sales skills to the next level. This community is for salespeople who are ready to level up their game and close more deals. If that sounds like you, I invite you to join us. Click the link in the comments below to check out the sales community for closers, and I'll see you in there. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Love to hear from you. Peace.